Good morning. How the devil are you? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. It's that time of the week. It's Sunday. It's 10 a.m. Welcome to the famous Foxes Aftermath show live from Alcúdia. It's yet another international week. 3, 4, I'm not sure. I've lost count. But don't forget, we are run by the fans, for the fans. Your opinion matters. Get your views in. Let's get going.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Morning all, hope you're well, hope you're good, hope you're enjoying this international break. Let's get a few hellos in. Ashley says, morning, how are you? Ross, morning. Anthony, morning. My laptop's playing up at the minute. One Club, hold on a minute, my laptop's playing up, which is it's an absolutely fantastic start, isn't it? Hold on a minute. I'll be with you in 1 second. My laptop is just started to play up as we speak. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not happy about it. I'll be with you in 1 second. Sorry about this. Nothing seems to be working at all on my laptop. Can you all hear me though? Can you all hear me? I'm having a problem with my laptop and it's not playing at all. Right, I don't know what's got up with my laptop. Hopefully, I can't get the comments up at the minute. But thanks for joining. Oh, it's not letting me put any comments up at all at the minute. Thanks for joining. I was going to do the international week, but until I get my laptop, until this laptop stops playing up, then I don't know what I can do, lads and lasses. It's just started playing up this morning. I thought it was going to be all right. Reedy, if you're there, come in, please, and help me out because my laptop's just started playing up. Right, I'm having a few problems with this. Reedy, are you there? No, my laptop's gone. No. So my laptop has gone. Reedy, are you there? Can you join in? Sorry about this. I don't know what's up, but my laptop's just started playing up. If Reedy's there, can you join in, please, pal? And take over for a few seconds. Because my laptop, I can't do anything. My laptop has frozen. I'm not sure if it's StreamYard or my laptop that has gone pear-shaped. Aha. No. I'm going to have to stop because my laptop's stopped working for some reason. Unless Reedy's there to take over. Reedy, come in for us. Can you hear me? Even Reedy's having problems. I can't hear Reedy now neither. I think it's me. My laptop's just froze completely. And I can't do anything on StreamYard at the minute. No. I'm going to have to... Can anyone hear Reedy? Everyone hear Reedy? Because I can't hear anything. I can't hear you at all, Reedy. You stay on. I'm going to go off and come back on and see if I can get it sorted. Drop me out, pal, because I can't do that.
Right, there we go. I think we're fine. Can people hear me? Yeah, there we go. Well, Phil, do you want to come in for a minute? Oh, okay, there you go. Right. What a start to the aftermath show. Appreciate you all coming in. Who we got in? We have got Phil saying Chuckle Brothers. What a start. Great. Welcome, mate. Peter, welcome. Phil, welcome. Derek, welcome. Stuart, welcome. Jamie's having a massive issue at the moment. Hope everyone's doing all right. Get your comments in, and hopefully Jamie will be back in 2 seconds.
All right, Reedy, how are you?
I'm good.
Hopefully Jamie's going to sort his computer out and come back in, because everybody wants to say me. I've just clicked in like you to help out. So hopefully he's logging out and logging back in.
Yeah.
Reedy, it's looking forward to next Saturday, obviously Chelsea.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get back. But I know there's another England international tomorrow, isn't there? But Tom says, put there, you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, this is called floundering around. Reedy, while we wait for Jamie to log back in, Chelsea on Saturday, really, really looking forward to that. I actually fancy us to do well on Saturday. What's your take on it? Yeah,
I said it in my show as well. This is the one game where I think people say you're going to get battered the way we're playing, but for me, it's like the United game after the international break when we played them. I could see us doing them. I don't know why. It's just us against the big teams. You could see us doing it. So for me, we'll probably beat them, and then going into the Watford game, we'll probably lose to that. It's just how Leicester play, isn't it? So, but for me, Chelsea's massive, and with people like Ndidi back in, Justin looking like he's coming back in as well, that is big for us.
Yeah, indeed. Brian says, yes, Jamie gone to PC World. I don't know where he's gone. He's gone to sort his computer out. Nick says, when there's an international break, everything goes to pot. It certainly is. We've just talked on Chelsea there, so obviously let's hopefully we'll come back to that. I know, James, look, we'll let the fans this morning say what they want to talk about. There is a lot of people are going to want to talk about Brendan Rodgers, aren't they, Jamie, at the moment? There's a few rumours flying around.
Yeah.
Including that one from Ben.
Yeah, we spoke about this last week, didn't we? And we were saying that if the right money comes in, you know who'll go. But I don't want to speak about it too much, because for me, we're not. I don't think we're going to get anywhere near as good as managers as what Brendan Rodgers is. That's just my opinion, but it's just I just hope he don't go. Like I say, because if he goes, who do we bring in? And that's the issue at the moment. People are saying maybe Nuno, or I don't know. Like I say, there's not many people that you could go for that's that sort of level anymore. So,
yeah, and that would be the trouble, really. I think, like you say, I mean, I don't want to really. It's difficult as a fan. I don't want to sit here and discuss particularly who could replace Brendan Rodgers, because I don't want him to go at the moment. It's interesting though. Quite a few fans. I know there is I think it's a small amount of fans who actually feel Rodgers might have took us as far as they can go. It's a funny one. You've got people saying, oh, he's that good, he could go to Man United or even Man City. I've heard rumours of him going maybe to replace Pep Guardiola in 18 months, 2 years' time when Pep goes. And then I think it is a small amount of Leicester fans saying maybe Brendan Rodgers has took us as far as we can go, Reedy, and he's lost for ideas at the moment.
I think maybe that's slightly right. For me, he's maybe lost a few ideas. We need a bit more creativity in the team. We're losing a bit of the spark that we get from attacking wise or doing like that. But for me, Brendan Rodgers going to Man U, I don't think it fits. It's like Tuchel with Chelsea. He went to there and it just looked like it fits. It looks like it fits perfectly with the team they've got, how they play and whatnot. Whereas United, they've got so many one-player superstars that they just can't. I don't think it's going to work.
Reedy, listen, wait. Firstly, let's add Jamie in because he's back. He's been to PC World. Jamie,
I don't know.
I'm getting called out for not having a Leicester shirt on because I'm working and watching you at the same time. That's what it is. And you,
I know.
Me and Reedy jumped in anyway. Are you back?
I'm back now. I've had to change my iPad now, so if it's not as good, it's my iPad. God knows what's happened to my laptop. Anyway, cheers for jumping in, Phil. You go back and get your work done.
I'm going, but before I go, everybody join me tomorrow night at 7:30 in the best Leicester show. 7:30 every Monday, the Fan Zone show. Leave it to you.
What a blatant plug that was. What a blatant plug. But anyway, thanks for stepping in, Phil, at very short notice. Reedy, so what were we talking about then? I heard the last bit about Brendan Rodgers, was it?
Yeah, just about like all the rumours about going to United. For me, like I say, I don't think he should go. I don't think we're going to get that sort of manager again if he does leave because there's no one really out there at the moment. But I don't know. I just said I don't think he would fit United even if he did leave. But it would be just for the money for me.
See, there's also a rumour going round as well that he was going to be in line for the Guardiola's job in 2023 as well. Sure, I mean, but is he that kind of manager that will get one of these big jobs? And why do other teams think, other owners think that Brendan Rodgers is the man for them? Why did Man U think it? Why did Spurs think it? Why did Man City think it?
I don't have a clue. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's a bad manager, but you've got like the level where you know that the elite ones, there's only a few of them where you've got like Klopp, you've got Pep, and then you've probably got, you maybe put Tuchel on the par at the moment because of how they're playing, but with how inconsistent Rodgers has been the last few years, I don't think you can call it elite at the moment. If he wins every game, then fair play, but...
I mean, the thing is as well, according to these so-called rumours you hear on the red tops and on social media, he's buying a house in Cheshire. But he's got a house up there, up that neck of the woods that Klopp lives in already. So is he just buying another house just to rent it out and earn a few more quid? Or is it, I don't know, does he need to come out and say something? Or is he just buying a house? I don't know. Come on, what do you think? Is he just buying a house to rent it out for his pension? But I don't think he'll need a pension, will he really? Amount of money he must be on. He's
already came out once in like a press conference when someone's asked him about moving over to a different club, and he was saying he was happy where he is and he likes it and loves how we're progressing and whatnot. So one side for me, he just doesn't like he wants to move, but then all this rumours about United coming up just because of how Ollie's playing with their team and whatnot, it just puts like a just massive block in the wall saying which way will he go. But even these rumours going around with him buying a new house and whatnot, but it's all just rumours at the moment. I'm not going to believe in them until something actually comes out saying, "Oh, it's agreed," or all that. So, say for me,
it's a bit like Nick Moore says. At the end of the day, I'm treating it like I am like with all the players. Until he says he wants to go, then I'll believe it. That's the thing. Until you actually see him with a Man U or however they do with a scarf and that above his head, you've just got to wait and see, haven't you? Until he actually leaves Leicester or wants to leave Leicester. But he has said in in his press conference, he didn't really deny it, but he didn't really confirm it there was any interest, did he? He didn't say, no, I'm definitely staying here. He just says there's a lot to build on. He didn't actually say, no, I'm here. But I don't know. It's a tough one because even though the actual game, the players play the game, it's the buck stops at the manager, doesn't it? And he's the one that gives them the tactics and tells them how to play. So the actual buck stops at the manager. So he's the one in control of everything. Do you think he's still got the trust of the players or the backing of the players, whichever way is trust and backing two different ways of saying the same thing, or are they two different things? Do you think?
It's hard because, like say, the way he says about his tactics and whatnot, when he says after the matches and whatnot, you think why didn't we do that then? Because you're saying about when we played against Arsenal the first half, we wanted to go aggressive, be like that, but we just sat apparently we did the opposite. So is the players doing it on purpose, or is it the fact that we're just not doing what the manager's telling us? I don't know, because the way I think Brendan wants to play is good football, but I think it's every other team that plays against us knows how he wants to play and gets found out for it. So I don't know, like Mark's saying there, you need a plan B. There's no, all we do is play the same football. We don't put someone on massive up front like we did with Ujoa or someone.
But is Mark on about a plan B at football or plan B as manager? Which way do you think? I mean, do we need a plan just in case Rodgers? I mean, he did it at Celtic, didn't he? He just upped and left halfway through, just after Christmas time, didn't he? And he left them in the lurch. Could you see him doing it for us by just going in and say, right, that's it, I'm off? Because we've had this quite a lot, haven't we? We've had at Arsenal, when the Arsenal job came up about 2 years ago before Arteta, and then our form went downhill. The Man U job's coming up and the form's going downhill again. Do you think there's a bit of a coincidence, or don't you believe in coincidences?
I don't. I was saying to Ross and Marshall that I don't think we've been as bad as people say it is, but it's the way that we have ended games. So if you look from United until the last game before this international break, we've only lost once. The draws that we've had against Leeds and I think I'm trying to think now. Leeds game, just on its own, we obviously scored a winner, VAR taking it out. We probably should have won it due to that sort of result, but it didn't go for us. And then there's one other one I can't remember. What's you call it?
You know about the Europa League game? Oh, no, we won that one. We won the Brentford game.
No, I know, but Brentford, that was more of a smash and grab, but it was the style of play we played and it was good. But like I say, the Moscow game, we had a penalty, missed it. Everyone thinks we probably should have won if we did score that, but we drew it because we pretty much missed the penalty.
See, Ashley J says it feels like slowly coming to the end anyway. Feels like he's reached the ceiling with us. And I think to say about him personally, he's not a good defensive manager. But he never actually played professional football, did he? I think he got injured early in his career and he went straight into training. So do you think that because he's not been a player for any standard of pro football, that doesn't help him in the defensive mind? But he's got the coaches like Toure, Kole Toure in the defence. Do you think they should come up to the mark now and sort it out? Or is it just down to Brendan?
That's what I was about to say. The people he's got behind him is probably the reason to that. Obviously, he's not played football, so he wanted people who knew how to play football behind him to coach them. Like I say, Kole Toure has been there, done that with Liverpool and that lot. So you know that he knows how to play. So why are we conceding so many?
Yeah, Nick Moore's just said, I think he's on about either. Well, there's two Jamies here, so I'm not sure which one Nick's talking to now. Jamie, to be fair, Brendan upped and left Scottish Farmers League. Gerrard has just done the same to go to Villa. Do you think that's just like a stepping stone up at the Scottish football? Get a few quid behind you, get a few marks on your CV, a few credits, a few bonus points, whatever you want to call it, and then come down to the English league. Because Villa could go down because they're not playing that well, are they? So TVG has taken up a tough job there, going from an easy job at Scotland. Same with Rodgers. Rodgers had an easy job at Scotland, and then he's come to Leicester. And we're not actually in any better position, are we? Because I think we were 10th when Pure left, and we're 12th now, 2.5 years later. I know we've won the FA Cup. I know we've won the Community Shield. But we're not actually any better off, are we? I know we finished 2 fifth places as well. But are we actually any better off, do you think?
I think if you look at the team-wise, the thing that we were struggling with the last few seasons was obviously the team depth and whatnot, and obviously that's better. But like even Phil says all the time, even though we've got better depth, there's no one that's forced into the first lineup, is it really? Other than a few substitutes that we've got from like Sumer, just because of indeed he's been injured. So for me, no. We've not improved much because obviously most of the players we have bought in, like I said, haven't gone into the side. But I don't know, to be honest, because like I said, when you're saying about Gerrard going to Villa, for me, you would never not take the offer when someone comes from the Scottish League to into the Premier League. You obviously say yes to it. So for me, it's just about, I wouldn't say just dropping a leave and everything and going to the Premier League, because you would do that if you're in the Scottish League to the Premier League.
So it's like Ethan's just said, if we carry on at this rate of the season, we'll be over. The season will be over before we know it. I mean, we could be, if we don't win against Legia Warsaw, that's it. The Europa League's gone.
Yeah, that's gone.
And then we've got the 22nd. Is it the 22nd of December, the Liverpool game, or 21st? It's ended last week in December, isn't it? 22nd. If we don't win that, we're out of the League Cup. And then you've got the FA Cup and the first week of January. So we could literally we're going from the quadruple to having nothing within a space of a few weeks. So I think Ethan's right there. The way we're playing, something needs to change in my mind. Something really needs to change.
Well, for me, when we played Brighton in the Cup, we did switch about 10 players, and for me, we looked a lot better than some of the games we have played in the Premier League. So it's hard, but like I say, if you look at the positive side, we're only 3 points off sixth place. It's not been too bad. It's just the way we've ended the games. Like I said, with most of the games this season, we probably scored a goal that didn't get counted, like a Brighton at their ground when we had 2 goals disallowed. So many things like Man City, we only lost 1-0, but we probably shouldn't have conceded the one we did, because it was just a bounce off Sionchu's leg into their shot. So the amount of times that we probably could have got something more from the game, but we didn't, we've been pretty unlucky about. But again, the football after Man U again was a bit slow and whatnot. So I think it's just about getting to grips with how we want to play, and hopefully now getting our full squad back, other than maybe Fofana. Hopefully when we play Chelsea, and hopefully if we win that, it might bring us a bit more momentum and whatnot going into the games again, like it did against United.
Yeah. Morning, my Dutch Fox. How the devil are you, Mirko? Jono said the difference this season is that everyone else has upped their game. We need to adapt to the new teammates and more higher class of team. It will take time, but the team will gel and improve. Do you agree with that? Yes, I agree with part of that. That like your teams like West Ham, Liverpool, even Chelsea, maybe not Man U. They've sort of improved, but they haven't. They're up and down like a bloody roller coaster, aren't they? Man City, they've all improved. And if we want to get into that top 6, we've got to improve our game. And I don't think we have really. I don't think we've, like you said, we've bought squad depth. We haven't bought first team players, have we?
No.
So where do you think, what do you think's going wrong then so far?
It's hard because, like, I think someone said beforehand that Brendan used to have favourites in the team. So when we used to play three up top, we always had Perez on the wing with Barnes. But now we've had Lookman and there's someone else there. They're getting more game time in there. But then because he's only putting him in there once or twice and then putting Perez back in, there's always changing the team. And that's where, for me, you can't be changing your team every week. Like, you put in Castagna in left back one week and then putting him right back another week, and then putting Bertrand in one week and putting Thomas in one week. It has to be other than maybe injuries, like I said with Pereira. Pereira has to start every time he's fully fit, because he's probably our best defender for me. And when it changes up and he's not in there, with then put Castagna on the right instead of the left, he has to play a different style again. Then you bring someone else in. And then you've got the midfield as well. You bring in Dewsbury Hall on instead of Maddison, or you don't even start Maddison's on, you put Tillemans in there. For me, you've got to have like when we won the league, we had the same lineup pretty much every single week, and it showed.
Yeah. Do you think this man will make a difference in defence? The difference we need to make? Are we missing Fofana as much as the score lines are saying and the defensive mistakes are being made? Do you think we're really missing him that much?
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. There's people like Amati. I think he's been one of our best players this season. But as soon as he comes back, who gets dropped into that defence? If it's three at the back, for me, it's Sionchu. But
do you think Sionchu will get dropped?
He won't get dropped, but he should be, because Amati's done nothing wrong. Except for maybe, like I say, I've always said, except from the West Ham game, but I think everyone had a bad game that day.
Didn't we just?
But other than that, I don't think he's been that bad, Amati, compared to Asunchu. So,
I mean, also as well, we've got, like you say, Fofana's near. I mean, he keeps teasing us with these bloody Instagram post, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Or 2021 isn't over. Rodgers keeps saying that he's going to be after Christmas and into the new year, February time. So we just don't know. But another bloke that's come back from injury is Wilf. Now, there's rumours about Wilf that Real Madrid are in for him for 52 million euros, not pounds. It's 52 million euros. Surely that's not enough for Wilf, is it, to go there? He's worth more than 52 million euros, which I think is about 45 million quid. He's worth more than that, isn't he? Surely.
Well, yeah. If you look at actual central defenders, CDM sort of positions, he's probably the best in the league in that position. Every year he gets the most interceptions or tackles or whatever the stat is for the year. Obviously, Basum is getting closer now, but he's nowhere near that level yet. And then you've probably got maybe Fabinho other than that. So if anyone wants Ndidi, he'll have to go for like at least 80 million, at least, just because
your Facebook users saying double, so you're probably looking, like you say, he's probably agreeing with you, 80, 90 million. Morning, councillor. Wilf is more important than Yuri at the minute. Do you agree with that? That Wilf is more important than Yuri? Because Yuri hasn't been playing that well, has he, to be honest?
For me, I think we're overused in Tielemans at the moment. I think he's getting a bit too worked out. Every time the ball gets to him, it feels like he's the one that's having to create everything, and that's why he's maybe underperforming a bit. I don't know, but for me, when Ndidi's in the team, we win games. When he's not in, don't get me wrong, Soumare's done a good job, but the stats show that when Ndidi's not in the team, we don't win as many, and he just shows. And even when he came on against, was it Moscow? Yes, we had 2 CDMs in that game, but it felt like a different sort of style when he came on. It was a bit more aggressive, a bit more pressure on them. You could see he was want to be a bit more forward on the ball instead of it being backwards. So for me, when he's in the team, he changes the style up a bit.
Yeah, see, the councillor is saying he's agreeing. He said 80 million easily, isn't it? It's got to be 80 million for a minute. It'd be a shame to lose him, but I know this sounds strange, but I'd rather lose him to a team he's not going to come back and haunt us. I'd rather him go abroad than go somewhere like Man U or Liverpool. If he goes to Real Madrid or Barcelona, because they ain't got a pot to piss in, have they? So he can't go there. So somewhere abroad, I would love it. Then you can see his career's going upwards if he goes abroad. To me, going to another club in the Premiership, it's the same kind of thing, isn't it? It's not. I don't think it's the same thing. And Ndidi is a different animal. Yes, he is. He's improved, hasn't he? He has really improved. 100 million plus the Brazilian winger they have. Which Brazilian wingers?
Rodrigo, I think.
Is it Rodrigo?
Or what's his name, Vinicius? But I don't think Vinicius will ever leave there.
Yeah. Ethan says, I'm not worried about Wilf or Yuri leaving. I'm worried about losing the players who are also out of contract in 2023. We could be losing 6 or 7 on virtually a free, and we need more squad depth. It's true. I can't remember. I think there's more than 6 or 7, isn't there, really? I think at the end of next season, I think there's 12 altogether, I think. Some of them are like really squad members, but we need to sort something out because we don't be losing too many, do we? No.
And like I said, the players that we brought in haven't getting to decide, but a lot of them players we are very desperate for. Obviously, Daka coming in, he's done well from when he's started. So there's a lot of players in the squad. I'm guessing it's more longer time players at the club that it's still going into contract at 2023, but I'm not too sure who. But for me, we need to sort them out, don't we? So we don't have too many backlog going.
Yeah, Ethan's right. I read it, but I think there's a few more than just 6 or 7 players. But there is a good few that are coming out of contract. Marlon has put Ndidi equals right. Which one do you think? The big question is
Rice.
Over Rice, sorry. So Ndidi over Rice. So is that true? Is Ndidi a better player than Rice, who's the big name in English player at the minute?
I would say so. I'm not slating him how Rice plays, but for me, Ndidi's been in the game a lot more, and Rice is. I don't know who's been in the game longer, but for me, indeed, he's come in and he's absolutely bossed it. Even the first game when indeed he started, I think it was the Everton game at their grounds. He just looked a different animal already there, and it just changed the game.
I agree with the counsellor there. Wilf was a little bit loose, but I think that's just lack of match fitness against Leeds. So yeah, I think he'll build up to that. When you come back after a few weeks out, you do look a bit short of match fitness. But what I'm going to throw at you now, one name, Riyad Mahrez. Would you have him back?
Yes.
Would you?
There's no
I
doubt
would as
about
well.
it. There's no doubt about it. If he's not getting game time, and we could give him like double the wages he had just for him to come back and spark something that we had before, I would take it. There's any sort of winger like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm liking how Lookman's playing, but we need that sort of player on the wing that we've missed from Mahrez still. Like the Rafinha when we played against Leeds, he was outstanding. There's so many players that I take
quality.
just to spark from even just a free kick. Taking a free, I don't think have we ever scored a free kick in the last 2 years?
I can't remember. Maybe Aston Villa. Was it Aston Villa game when I think Maddison scored a free kick against Aston Villa, and that was his last goal before he scored against. Who did he score against? Brentford. Was it Brentford he scored? Yes.
Yeah.
And he scored that in the. It was like 22 games. So I think against Villa.
That's what I mean. There's certain like places in the games where you can just get goals from an easy chance, like a free kick or whatnot. But we're just not taking them because we haven't got the players to do that. Yes, we've got Maddison, but he only puts down the wall. Whereas for Rafinha, for me, people saying a shot or cross against Leeds, but for me, it was a good shot / cross and went straight into the net. I don't think many players for us would do that.
It's like Ethan's just said here, why would some players, this is back to the contracts, why would some players want to stay currently we're going downhill this season without looking like we're going to change and return to the top? And then there'll be no European football. It's true though, isn't it? Some players might not want to stay because there's no European football. Tillemans might wait and see till January and say, look, I want to be off in the summer. So we've just got to wait and see, haven't we?
Like I say, one win away from getting again near top 6 again. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Like I say, with the next game coming up, if we beat them, it's about getting the top teams to drop points. And if we beat Chelsea, they drop points. We can get closer and closer to them then. Obviously, I know we're quite far still away, but
see, there's a few different. Ben Morgan says not a chance after disrespect he showed the club. Riyad Mahrez wouldn't come back. I don't think he'd be welcome back. Some have said, the councillor says yes. You said yes. I think I would have him back quite easily. I think there'll be a huge. That would be so controversial. Him coming back. I can't see it happening. I think he'll go to France, PSG, or maybe even Bayern Munich, something like in the German league, because I think he'll be that kind of player that would suit there. There's a bit more space there, isn't there? But I think when he left or something, when he said he said he would like to come back. I'm sure I heard an interview with him, Reedy. I'm not sure. Did you hear this a few years ago when he left? That he would like, if he left, I think it was just before he said if he did leave, he would like to come back. But whether that was just, I'm not sure whether I've just made that up or whether anyone else has heard it. You let me know. But I'm sure I've heard something in the past when he said he would like to come back. But would the fans, anybody that wants Mahrez back, put a thumbs up. Anyone that doesn't want it, thumbs down. Let's see. Quick poll before we go.
There was one tweet that I saw from Leicester. It's a bit of a weird one. Did you see it about when you see him there's trouble? I'm just like, that's a bit of a weird one to post on a random day.
Yeah, I think the admin might have had a couple of pints of Guinness before that. Nick Moore's gone thumbs down. Gray's gone thumbs up. Jasmine's thumbs down. Facebook user, I'm not sure who that is, but just click that link. He's gone thumbs up. He or she's gone thumbs up. Steve Rawlins, somebody else just put this. I think it might have been Ethan put this. Lingard in January. Would you have Lingard either on loan or can you imagine the impression if he makes the same impression he made at West Ham last year? If Lingard came, where would you fit him into the squad, into the first 11?
I think it'd give you more competition to Maddison, if anything, because don't get me wrong, Maddison is improving a bit at the stage compared to what he was. But I think if someone like that came in, I think you'd see a lot more competition for Maddison there. Because
Yeah,
like I say, if he does the same as what he did with West Ham, I don't think Maddison would even fit in at that point.
Yeah. Here's a question for you. If we finish third in the Europa League group, we go to the Conference League. Is that right that we go in the Conference League if we finish third?
I think so.
I've not heard that one at all. I know it's in the Champions League you do, but I've not heard that one about coming in the Conference League. Hopefully it is, but would you want to carry on in a cup that Spurs are in? No, I wouldn't. I'd rather be out of Europe.
If I drop out, I'd rather just get out of it. I'd rather have more time to work on the games. Like I think what Gray said, if we get out of Europe now, probably a good idea the way we're playing. We need to be concentrating on the league and make sure I wouldn't say try and get Champions League, but just make sure we're up there instead of being in a mid-cup battle, a mid-team battle. Sorry.
It's like Ethan says, it's important we qualify for the round of 32. And to qualify, Ethan, I think Jamie, it's right. We've got to win the next two games, haven't we?
I'd say we've got to win the next game at least. For me, it's at Napoli. It decides it. If we draw or win against them, we go through. That's if we beat Warsaw. Sorry, but I think it all comes down to the Napoli game for me. If we win, like I say, we win the Warsaw game. It all comes down to if we lose the Napoli game, probably is game over. But if we draw or win, then we should go through.
Quick question from this one. Sorry. What do you think of the chances of winning the League Cup? Liverpool definitely is going to put their reserve squad. They have bigger fish to catch. I don't think they will put their reserve. No. Let's get rid of that one. I don't think they will put their reserve team out. I think they'll put at least half the first team out. If it had been someone like Sunderland, then yes, I think they would have put a reserve team out. But because it's Leicester, Premier League, ex-champions, FA Cup winners, community, I think they'll show us a bit of respect and put their at least half of the first team out, and maybe some of the squad players that haven't got a game. So what do you think the chances are? I mean, the draw didn't really go well for us, did they?
Well, we got the hardest fixture of the lot, and then it goes away as well. So for me, people are saying, "Oh, it's not as bad as you think," because they'll put the half their lineup out. But for me, they're playing against Leicester, the Premier League side, who have been troubling with them the last 2 years in the league. So why wouldn't they put pretty much a full lineup out or even close to it? We're not going to drop people, so why would they? Why would they make it easier for us?
Yeah. So do you actually think Brendan will play a full first team squad?
Maybe I wouldn't say first team, but players that you'd see in the first team. So maybe if we do drop players, it would be like a Daka instead of a Vardy or Lookman instead of a Perez. There's players that you would get into the first team, but you wouldn't just put in a load of youngsters that would not have played before, or like a Benkovic in the bench. You won't do that. Yeah.
See, Lil Nap has answered. I mean, they have a tight schedule of games: the 19th, 23rd, and 26th. Must be some sort of rotation going on. Well, we have as well, haven't we? We've got
everyone's got the same fixtures.
Yeah, and even on the 28th. We've got a game on the 28th. Man City on the 28th, isn't it, as well? So everyone, I think everyone's got. Oh, it's Man City Boxing Day. Yeah. Oh, Liverpool's on the 28th, isn't it? Am I right in thinking?
Maybe.
Yeah, Liverpool's on the 28th, the league game. I'm sure we've got them over Christmas. Yeah, Patrick's just answered my question there. Play Liverpool twice in a week. So we play them during the Christmas week. So that's a tough games, a tough run of fixtures. Could be gone. Hold on. What's this one? Jono said, Ethan Law, Rodgers could be gone by that game. He isn't going. Rodgers could be gone by that game. He isn't going anywhere. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that one, Jono.
No, I don't know.
I think you've made a bit of a mistake on there. Just very quickly, before I go, because of the false start at the beginning, just about the international week so far. We've come away pretty lightly, haven't we? Because Soyuncu played. No, I don't think any of them's got injured, have they? Soyuncu played for Turkey. He started, and we won 6-0. They won 6-0 against Gibraltar, so he got a decent run out. Wilf and Nacho both played for Nigeria in a 2-0 win. So we're getting even Dakar. Where is he? Let me get Dakar.
Scored, yeah.
He scored and assisted, didn't he, as well, for Zambia in a 4-0 win. It's a bit of a shame we've got so many players playing. I mean, even Luke Thomas, I think yesterday, or was it Friday, he played in the under-21s and won as well. So we've got a lot of players playing, which is a shame because we could have done with some of them having a break, couldn't we? I mean, there was others as well. Casper played. Did you see Casper? Did you see the interview with Casper after his game against Denmark?
No.
Well, Casper, he'd gone 8 games without conceding a goal, and no team had ever not conceded a full. His last goal that Casper conceded was Harry Kane in the semi-final of the Euros in competitive football. And the Faroe Islands, who hardly ever hit the back of the net, scored in the 89th minute of the 9th game. And no team has ever gone, I think, 10 clean sheets the whole qualifying. So in the 9th minute of the penultimate game, he went absolutely bonkers at the Denmark defence. He was moaning like crazy. It just shows, though, how much he wants to win every single game.
Well, you see him at the end of the game. Sorry, you see him at the end of our games. When we win, he's happy. When we lose, he always shakes his head and just like, it's how you can't help it if goals go in like we have conceded recently. So.
Yeah, Johnny Evans played for Northern Ireland as well, which I'm a bit disappointed about him playing because I don't think he's fully fit. And playing another 90 minutes and they've got a game against Italy. I think is it tomorrow they play Italy, I think, as well. Italy need to win that. Johnny Evans is going to have a tough game there. But yeah, it's nice to see these players getting the recognition they deserve, but I just don't fancy them because they've got like 2 games a week. We've just got to wait and see, haven't we, to see what happens, whether they come back injured or not. But Councillor says Casper equals legend. Yes, I think we can agree on that one. Castagna played well. He's not happy with the Rodgers tactics, but he has had a bit of a moan. Castagna has, didn't he? He did have a bit of a moan.
I don't want to talk about this because for me, I don't think he's been one of our better players. I don't know why.
I don't think as well, pal. I don't think Castagna has played the best. Last year he played quite well, but this year Castagna, I don't know. He just looks a bit out of. I don't know. Maybe he looks a bit out of his depth since he got that injury. Maybe he's a little bit afraid. I'm not sure, but it's just one of them things. Like I agree with you there. He hasn't played his best football.
When we've had Justin in and we've had Pereira in on the left and right, you could see the difference between him and them. When you have them in, you see the style of play we probably want to play, but when he comes in, he's a bit more defensive. He's a bit slower than them two that we've got. So for me, he's got to work on how he runs down the wings a lot more and how he plays for me. Because for me, against someone like Arsenal and someone like Moscow, he just kept going backwards instead of making them runs that Ricardo and Justin normally would. So, yeah.
Right then, Jamie. Cheers for Reedy. Cheers for joining me. Thanks for jumping on at start. It went a bit potty towards the beginning, didn't it? But cheers for joining, and I'll see you next Saturday at the Chelsea game, pal.
Ooh, okay.
Face to face. We'll meet for the first time ever. We've never met before, have we? In passing at all, have we? No.
Probably not, no.
No, I didn't think we had. Well, I thought I'd never met Jack. And then a few months ago, Jack says, do you remember me saying hello to you one day? I think it was the Everton game when Nacho scored the VAR goal at the end. And I thought, oh, bloody hell, yes, I have met you. But half these people I don't think I've ever met. Some people keep saying, hello, how are you? But yeah, so I'll be at the Chelsea game. So you'll be joining me at the Blues Bar, will you, at some point?
Yes, I'll be there. I'll be there early enough. Yeah.
Oh, I'll be there well early because the missus needs a car, so I'm going to be there well early. But I'm not drinking too early. I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad.
God.
All right, and Jamie, cheers for joining. Thanks for the beginning. See you later, pal.
See you in a bit.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Right, sorry for the beginning part. Cheers, Jamie, for jumping on. Cheers, Phil, for helping me out while you were working. I hope you didn't lose lots of money by doing my job for me for the first 10, 15 minutes while I got myself sorted. It's been much appreciated. Like I say, I will see you very soon. Well, more than very soon. I'm in England next week for the Chelsea game and for the Legia Warsaw game. So if you want to come and see me at the Blues Bar before or after the game. I'll more than likely have a pint in my hand. Come and have a photo with me. Come and say hello. Come and tell me what your opinions are. I love listening to people chat. We'll be down the bar. It's like people, just banter. It'd be simple banter. So it's ciao, ciao, adios, goodbye. Top of the morning to you. Come on, you foxes.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.